LTB and Little E. We are so excited, guys. This is our 7th episode. We are going strong. You guys are showing love. Hey. And if you tune in with us, normally you know that we got to go over our mission statement, guys. We have to let you know about our mission statement, okay? So we definitely want to engage you guys in sassy conversation. They sassy. I'm a little sassy. Eden a little sassy. You know how we do. We also want to encourage you to be your authentic self, guys. Be you, whoever that is, okay? And we also want to empower you to the next level. Whatever your next level may be, you might want to go to the moon, baby. Go to the moon. Okay. Thank you. Before I go further, for all of our new viewers, let me introduce my sisters to you. We got the L of the group, Miss Latanisha, aka Nisha. Say hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
We also have Tiara. She's not the baby. Eden's the baby. Say hey, T. Hey, Eden.
Hey. She said, hey.
So before we even get into our topic, we have a couple of church announcements that we would like to go over with you. You guys mind if I go over church announcements today? No? Okay.
Go ahead and take care of them church announcements.
Thank you. So first and foremost, this month, if you do not know, is Breast Cancer Survivor Awareness Month. And we do want to make sure that we shout out some special women in our lives who are survivors. So for this episode, I do want to shout out one of my favorite deacons at my church, Deacon Noreen. Yeah, let me tell you about Deacon Noreen real quick, okay? I can call Deacon Noreen at 3 a.m. like, I need some prayer. Can you help a sister out? And she is always going to be there for me. She was there for me when I was in the hospital, when I got my tonsils taken out. Y'all do not get your tonsils taken out, okay? Don't do it. I'm telling you. I just want to shout her out, let her know that I love her wholeheartedly. She is like a second mother to me, and I am so happy that she is in my life. All right, so next church announcement, guys. I do want to let you all know that Creations by Brittany being me, is holding a Juneteenth sale.
I'm the Brittany.
Me.
I gotta let her know. I am doing a Juneteenth sale somewhere on the screen. I will plug that sale for you somewhere. I'm also running a Father's Day sale. Hook your daddy up this year, okay? He been holding it down, right? Or that father figure in your life, whatever works. Also, Armani Nicole's, owned by my little baby sister, right there. You see her taking orders. Okay, yes. She is taking orders, guys, and let me tell y'all, you want to take part in these orders. She got this shea butter, y'all. Shea butter. Now y'all know. Y'all gotta get this. Y'all gotta get this shea butter, okay? Make sure you guys order your items from Armani Nicole's. Check out Creations by Brittany. Once again, somewhere on the screen, we will plug our social media handles. There you go. See, she got it. I ain't got nothing to show you, but she. All right, so guys, you have any other church announcements before we move forward?
No.
Y'all just cute. Okay, y'all could be cute. All right, guys. So we are going to introduce our topic, and I personally, I'm gonna have to call her back. I personally love this topic, guys. This is something that I am passionate about. So it is double standards between men and women. And the reason that I say I am so passionate about it is because for me, I can do anything, almost anything a man can do. Okay. I might be an alpha female. Somebody told me that I was an alpha female. I might be, I don't know. But yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about today. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and stop running my mouth and pass it on to Miss Tiara. Tell us what you think about this topic, girl.
Okay, so before we go into the topic, I would like for you to present us with a few examples of what the gender or the topic that we're talking about today.
Double standard.
Just so I can be clear with these.
Oh,
double
really?
standards, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all are funny.
I just want to know exactly what you
Oh.
said. Okay.
Okay.
Because, you know, we can fly off the deep end with this. But, you know, I'm trying to keep it.
Oh. Did y'all ever see White Chick when she was like, you want to talk about mother?
Yes.
Y'all like,
no, you want to talk about double standards. Not a slash.
okay. So
Wow.
I'm going to go ahead and give you some examples.
Just start with one. Just start with one, please.
Well, I'm going to start with the most important one, which is sex. Period. So,
Period.
but we do have other examples, of course, the workplace.
Okay, but
church.
first, hey, let's just dig right into this. Let's start with the sex. What is the double standard for sex? Like what's
Okay.
because you're very
Well,
passionate about this, so give it up.
I am passionate about it, and I'm gonna
Give
tell y'all
it
what. So I had y'all ready for story time. I guess it's back on me. So I just want to tell y'all this real quick story. Okay, and this goes back to when I was in high school. So there was a guy that I went to high school with. I would not say names, but some of the people who I went to school with, they gonna know who I'm talking about. But there was this whole little contest going on with the guys that who could, you know, smash the most females, you know what I'm saying? So dude comes in school like, y'all, and I think he was lying because we was in like 11th grade. He was like, I'm at 40 now, y'all, I'm at 40. So this girl comes up and she's just listening. Okay. So all the dudes like, oh, he the man. So she comes up and she like, that ain't nothing. I'm at 41 and you the 41st person. So of course, everybody's like, oh man, she a set out, she a setty. So why is it okay for him, but not for her?
Okay. All right. Thank you for that example. I was not ready for that.
Whoa,
This is a true story.
That's in the gut.
True story, guys. True story.
I was not ready
I was
for
offended.
that.
I was offended for her.
However, the place that I stand in regards to this is, first of all, it is a double standard that society puts on men versus women, restricting us from being ourselves. In this same instance, what you're talking about with the sex, it's also rappers. The female rappers, they could talk about sex, they could talk about their body parts, they'll talk about all of this stuff, but they will still be frowned upon. However, a male rapper can come in and say that how he used to do all this and that and the third, and he could be a person that cheats on his spouse and everything, and he is still accepted by the world. You get what I'm saying? But you will not often hear, now you do have it far and in between where they'll talk about the men and what they talk about in their songs and say that it's not good or whatever the case may be. However, when it comes down to them talking about how they've had sex with females and even got 50,000 kids.
There's a lot of
They
kids.
probably ain't paying for.
Did she pitch your lip?
She be grabbing it all the time. But got 50,000 kids, and then if it's a woman with all those children with multiple baby fathers, then it's like, okay, now you need to carry yourself a little bit better. But I definitely understand as to what you're saying. Like, why is it said to me that I made a bad decision because I want to do X, Y, and Z, but you doing the same thing, but you cool, like you the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
The way you getting praised for it.
Yes. And what is so crazy about this is that one man can have 50 women pregnant all at the same time.
All at the same.
And a woman
time
can only be pregnant, have one pregnancy at a time. You get what I'm saying? Now she can be pregnant with multiple children, of course,
right,
like with twins or triplets or so on and so forth. But more than likely, they all got the same daddy. Okay. That's one situation. You get what I'm saying? So I definitely agree that there is a double standard. However, I do not truly agree with you having multiple sex partners anyways. Like that many sex partners is just too much.
Now when you say that, you talking about the 41, right?
I'm saying
that's a bit obsessive.
I'm saying that, yeah, definitely like 41, bruh. In high school, bruh. What? Y'all lie.
So how many do you have now? We're 33, 34 now. Now, you know, I think got held back a couple of years. He might be 35, 36. But the point is, how many do you have now? Do you still have a body part? Has it fallen off yet? Like, what is going on?
No, do you got AIDS right now? Like, I mean,
I feel like you at that, like you still.
What venereal disease do you have? Like, I don't know. Just.
I feel like though, even like just in the simple fact that somebody else younger might be watching this, like, bruh, do not, okay? You are going to be, I feel as though you do a spiritual connection, whether it comes to the forefront immediately or if it comes later. You get what I'm saying? You may not notice it right away because maybe your discernment isn't mature yet, but you're going to see something in yourself like, when did I start doing that? Or, you know, I'm like in this funky mood and now you done grab somebody else's spirit because you are intertwined and they've been intertwined with 50 more folks, and then you've been intertwined with 50 folks and they've been intertwined with 50 folks.
It's called soul ties.
Yes,
it's called soul ties. Yes, exactly. And so you soul tying it. Okay, so just with that right there, like she had 41 and he had 40. And so like just imagine how many souls is tied all up in that and how they gonna be
exactly.
like ew. But can I just say
go ahead.
We would like for you to share.
It is definitely a double standard about the how many sexual partners a man has, and you know, the women being called out their name and stuff like that. However, I got another little view on it for the simple fact it touches on what Tierra was saying, but baby, have some respect for yourself. You definitely don't need to, even for the man, like what does that mean for you to have that many? Why do you need that many sex partners?
What type of validation are you seeking? Really?
That is definitely something that what they are like seeking for somebody else to like put a stamp on them and say, yeah, you the man. But do you really need that? Like,
but sometimes maybe it's like that person feels like they need to fill some type of void, maybe.
True.
By doing that. But still, guys, at the same time, if somebody does have multiple sex partners, does that necessarily mean they don't respect themselves?
Multiple sex partners at once?
Hold on now. Wait a minute.
Because I mean, are you saying like, okay, so Joe come over
today?
at 6? Wait, Joe come over at 6 and Bob come over at 7.
No,
and
guys,
then Randy gonna come over at 8. Like that's trifling. Yeah,
what
you
I
ain't got no
mean.
respect for your
Why are
whole
all these
entire.
no? Why are all these men coming over the same day? That's not what I meant.
Oh, okay. I mean,
what I'm saying is in January, you might have had a little something with Joe. Come March 31st, you might have had something with Emmanuel, whatever. Like, does that mean, oh, I don't respect myself? Because I don't feel that way. Now, if you got over in the same week, then okay. But if it's, every now and again,
look at Nisha's face.
does that mean that I don't respect myself?
Now, okay, hold on, because this is funny right here. Let me tell you all this. This last Christmas or the Christmas before last, my grandma used to play this song. I never knew what it was, right? Didn't never pay attention to it. Around Christmas, right? And it's called Backdoor Santa. Y'all know that song? He said he leave out the door in the back. He leave out the back door. And her dude is coming in the front door.
Y'all gonna make me snort.
The little kids some change. So they wouldn't even say that it's daddy, if that is they daddy. But anyway, that was hilarious. It just came to mind. However, this is a judgment-free zone. You get what I'm saying? If my friends come to me and they say this happened, or that happened, fine. I've had my friend come to me and tell me I had a whole moment. Like literally straight up like that. This happened. Now this happened and this happened. So I need you to take me here and there and do this. So that is
well, I could put those pieces together.
That is a whole, I understand that sometimes you are in a vulnerable state, or sometimes you're in a situation to where, your flesh is on the rise. We'll put it that way.
I wouldn't say Nisha saying so bad, but I can't.
And
y'all know what I'm talking about.
The twat got hot.
Yes. The twat got hot. Oh my! First of all, I can't stand when you say that. Anyway, the twat got hot, as Nisha would say, and he was like, "Oh, I'm definitely not about to call you. We nah." So then you just went to the other person that was available. It's literally the same thing that men do. It's literally the same thing that men do. I'm not gonna say that you a hoe or whatever. I just feel like at the same time you should just really be more sober in your decisions. You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say, and y'all both are trifling. That's what I'm gonna say. I mean, it's nasty. Okay, it's trifling. Like, did I say it's trifling? You are sitting up here having multiple sex partners to for self gratification, and to say like, yeah, I hit that, and this, that, and the other. 20 years from now, that's not gonna even matter. 10 years from now, you will be 10 years from now, you could be sitting in the HIV clinic because now your twat is infected. Okay. So, and I do feel that neither one of y'all got respect for yourself, men and women. Like, society makes it be, we're talking about how society looks at it, and that's what makes it be so messed up, because we get so intertwined into pleasing the world. Please yourself. Yeah. Please yourself. Take some time and sit with your own twat and get to know it and understand that no. Tell it no. You ain't roasting in some hot
No,
water, baby.
no, listen to me.
I'm just saying. Exactly. It's a video about that. The girl has got a belt and she like, let me tell you, like, yeah, go do one of those. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
what
that's
you
just,
not gonna do
and I'm gonna tell you the one of the things of what I yes, I do have that saying about the twat get hot, and this is how I talk to my clients. I've always done this because it'd be like specific times when this happens, and you got to pay attention to your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to understand that something brought you to that point. Something is making that happen, and so you got to get to know yourself and not sit up here and be doing what society wants you to do. That's
So
no.
does
And
society
then
want
the other, yeah, because the society will do exactly what we saying. Like, oh, well, Joe got 50 sex partners. I'm a girl. I could have 51.
It's a rebellion thing, though.
Yes,
It's
exactly. You have a
rebellion
rebellious
thing.
spirit in you because you got to prove your point. And so, yeah, I really do feel that neither one of them have respect for themselves, respect for their bodies. So that's just where I lay with that. Like,
I feel though like it is a rebellion thing. You know what I'm saying? When this is me personally, when my parents told me not to do that,
yep,
like Kim said, don't do that though. Do all this. You got all this stuff you can do, but don't do that. 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 And unless I was fearful, of course, it was like a fearful versus a curious. You get what I'm saying? It could make you more curious about more things. You get what I'm saying? And so it's literally the same if you put this into the perspective of actually having sex and then with multiple partners. You get what I'm saying? In the beginning, when we first started to have sex, it was just like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but okay. And then you had to eventually get into that point to where you was like, oh, we just gonna be doing this. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, first I'm scared. Now I'm curious. You get what I'm saying? And then you just continue to do it and do it and do it instead of being like, actually, you know what? Because conviction hurts sometimes, right? But when you feel the conviction in yourself, you like, oh, well, I'ma just Debbie Downing with this though. You know what I'm saying? I'ma just do it anyway and get it over with. But then sometimes afterwards, anyways, and I've seen this on multiple occasions and in funny memes on the internet, after you've laid with that person that you had no deeper feeling for, you regret it in most cases. You get what I'm saying? So, well, I've seen it on multiple occasions. Like, it really wasn't even worth it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could have kept me to myself because it really wasn't worth it with that person. You get what I'm saying?
So
well, it was a little different for me. I agree with you. The whole, you know, as we're young and our parents are, you know, don't do this, don't do that. Well, that stuck with me well into my adult years. I was very, very much a grown butt before I did anything. My mama had me thinking you get pregnant from kissing, so I was like, I'm not doing none of that. So it was definitely a different situation for me. But I think I view sex differently than you guys do.
Okay, well, tell us how you view it. Okay, because it's gonna be people that view it the same way that you view
right, vomit. Come on with it.
For me, I mean, like in my beginnings, you know, it was very sacred. This is, it's not like that for me.
I'm a delicate flower.
Nah, it's and you know what? This might have a lot to do with a lot of my friends. Okay, I'm not gonna say a lot of my friends. I ain't got a lot, but the ones that I do have always say that I am a man at heart, and that really is probably a bad thing. But
I got a friend like that. Yeah,
I don't look at it like most females do. Granted, I'm not out here going and giving it up to everybody in the world either. However, I don't look at it like, oh, don't touch me there. I'm the aggressor. So
I'm the aggressor.
I kind of view it a little differently. And I mean, I don't knock anyone, and hopefully nobody knocks me. If you do, I don't care. But as far as, the double standard, if you're a woman and you're protecting yourself, and you may do whatever you do, that's your business. I'm not here to judge. My main thing is I don't want to be the judgmental person. I tell my mother this all the time because she's Judgment Judy, and I tell her this all the time. Whatever that person has going on has nothing to do with you. Go ahead and pray for them. We pray it up, but I don't like to seem like being judgy because honestly, I don't care. I don't really be caring for real. Do you, boo? Protect yourself. Protect yourself. If you don't know anything about that, hit Nisha up. But I just don't view it that way. I feel like sex is sex, and that's what it is. And
protecting yourself also means protecting yourself.
Absolutely.
Sex is a mental thing.
Absolutely.
Sex is a mental thing. And so you're not protecting yourself.
It's not mental to me.
Down the road, it's going to begin to like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean,
I can't do that. You can't do that. I can't do that. My forehead's too big.
No.
And it's good. The judgmental part, like,
it's good to be judgmental.
No one here on earth has a heaven or a hell to put you in the first place. You or anyone else, so this is your and everyone else's path. My whole thing is don't get caught up in the worldly piece of it. Like, why is it okay for him to do it and not for the girl to do it? Like, no, that ain't. It's not okay for anyone to do it.
No, it's not. But if you do,
and then I'm gonna tell you my other thing about it is, it's not gonna mean anything like put a halt into anyone's mind until that incident happens, or you get that disease that you can't get rid of. Something for me, before I was married, I watched my friend die from having AIDS. She was very promiscuous. And so I was like, baby, no, like absolutely not. There's a lot of diseases out here that you get, and then it just be with you for the rest of your life. And okay, let's say you get herpes. Everybody know that herpes don't just stay with you. You have a flare up. So now you didn't got yourself together and hey, I'm ready to settle down and this, that, and the other. But guess what? Now that wart is coming up on your tata, and you got to sit up here and explain to this man what it's about. So quit screwing.
This is real life with Nisha right now. Period.
This is the Nisha show, and we are the guests. Okay.
She is taking it to the street today.
Okay, guys. You guys.
But one more thing. And then hold on, one more thing. And then you sit up here. Okay, you sit up here and you. Oh, it don't mess with me. I'm not like you, the person that's on the screen, Brittany, that just said this, but it's other women out here that says the same thing to me. it ain't no big deal. Like, yeah, this, that, and the other, and I'ma just screw whoever I want. And I'm
Hold
sitting
on, I
up
ain't say
there
that.
and I'm
I ain't say
listening.
that.
Well,
Mm-mm.
listen, and I'm sitting up here and they like,
Don't
oh, it's
put
just
words
what
in
it
my mouth.
is, and you know, this, that, and the other. And it's like, it ain't messing with me, it don't mean nothing. And then you sitting up here wondering why, oh, you know what? I'm all by myself and blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. And you playing this whole little role like I'm lonely and blah 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 blah. Like then you begin to feel that you need these men to validate you,
Yeah, I
and
don't
you
need
don't.
it. I don't need
And you don't. So that might not be you, but it could be somebody that's watching our show.
There's
Like,
other ways, ladies. That's after dark.
oh my gosh, I did not expect. What is happening?
I'm just saying.
Now, I am all for the woman empowerment. You know what I'm saying? You know, baby, feel free to do you how you do you. However, there comes the consequence with everything that you do.
Everything. You think you get away with it.
With everything that you do. So you think about that, and we'll leave that one there.
You're so silly, see.
So we're gonna move on now to the next topic. You know, if y'all want to get down and dirty, you know what I'm saying. Let me just tell y'all real quick though, because Cardi be rapping all that crazy stuff, but she married, okay? She ain't out here doing all that stuff she was doing. She
And she
was
don't
a
even let her
man
baby
now.
listen to the music any way. You did you see that? She don't even let her baby listen to the doggone music. It's just for show. I gotta get my coins. That's how she, make her money. Like
People are very influenced by the music industry, and what you just said is right. You know, these musicians are gonna rap or sing about whatever's gonna sell. You know, so
sex sales.
Cardi ain't doing all that stuff she talking about her. Megan ain't doing it either for real.
Right. She got
but
that
I'm gonna
40
turn
40.
it up though. I'm gonna turn
They
it up.
do. Body yada 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 yada.
I'm a twerk in my living room. I ain't gonna make it out because I be asleep by 10 p.m. But I'm gonna do what they do in the living room though. But yeah, we can move on. So the next example.
Double standard.
Yeah,
The
the
next
next
double
double
standard.
standard was in the church. Okay, so this one is really my favorite one. This is my real favorite one. I was just playing with y'all when I said sex. This really is my favorite because, like I said, I don't agree with anything that y'all said about this one either. So let's get into it. So you guys made a comment in our personal text that you are not a fan of the female pastor. And I totally disagree. And it's not because my pastor is a female. It is because of my mentality as a woman. I can do anything that a man can do. So let's talk about it.
I want to hit on that right there.
I want to know what
you
Brittany
can
did
do.
first, though.
Wait. I got to get this up out of my spirit. Baby, you can do anything that a man could do, but that don't mean that you was created to do it. Okay.
No, it doesn't mean that I was created to do it. However,
therefore,
I still have that
you
mentality.
wasn't created to be sitting up here. I personally think that it's certain jobs that women just shouldn't go for. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be out here in the doggone building the street. Like been drilling a hole on the doggone thing. Like
why not though? Why?
No, that's not what God created you to be. He ain't create. That's not what that is the thing. That's what's wrong with women, period. Because you get up here and you want to please society. Society makes us believe that we got to be this hardcore. I can do anything that the man can do, and this, that, and the other. That's not what he wants us to be. Not at all.
Do he want me to take the trash out? Because if he don't, I will stop today.
If he don't know, I will stop today. Send this man to come get my
never
trash.
take the trash out again.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, I just have a different view. I'm
So,
sorry.
Nisha, how do you feel about the job that I had working at the dealership in the service garage? Because I serviced vehicles.
I never knew what you did though. Like,
I serviced vehicles. Like I did that. So
like a mechanic?
I wasn't a mechanic. I did the service before the car went to the mechanic. So I did.
Look, I guess I'm dumb or something because I don't understand. What does that mean? You service?
I was about to tell you. You cut me off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I mean, it wasn't anything like crazy. I just did like the fluids and the tire pressures and check stuff under the hood, make sure everything was good there. Little stuff, but I still serviced a vehicle in a male dominated industry because I was the only woman there, and I ain't had no problem with it. Do you?
That's why God gave me my son, because I ain't doing it.
But that's
now. I mean, I can take my
and that's how come they call us. That's why we got AAA. We pay for it every year.
But that's the point that I'm trying to make. Though I didn't have a problem doing that job at
that's
all.
Wonderful.
I actually enjoyed it.
That's your personality, because you have that personality that I could do whatever the man could do. That's why. Like,
but I liked it though. Just because I can do everything that the man can do doesn't mean that I like everything the man does. But I like that.
What I'm saying is, it just sounds like this is just what it sounds, that because you have the mentality that I can do whatever the man can do, that's what you're gonna do. Like, you gonna right. So me on the other hand, I'm not gonna do that. You want me to do what? Y'all better hire Marvin. I ain't. I'm gonna sit here and
I think the main thing for me is I don't want to have to wait for nobody. I want it done when I want it done. So if I don't know how, I'm going to learn.
And I used to think that way. But then I had to really get to know me and get to know the words say. And I just know that just because we are capable of doing everything, God did not create us to do everything. That's not what He wanted us to do.
I am.
You said that he was.
I am super independent. I can't help it. That's who I am.
I think that all three of us are super independent, but it's like you just got to. I'm gonna just pass it on to Sierra.
I still don't want to take the trash out though. That's my
I don't want to take the trash out either, but ever since we did that show, I've been having to take the doggone trash out. Oh,
you might want to talk to the men in your home.
Oh, we good.
Bruh, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Now, in regards to the first example, are we going back to the church example, or are we just going straight into the job? Because that's what we just flew off into. I agree with Nisha in regards to, it's just some things I'm just not going to do. I am very, very, very independent. And I believe that we all are. Okay. However, even if I ain't got nobody physically to do it for me, I am going to pay someone, because it's just certain things I am not going to do. Okay? Like, literally, it's just some things I ain't gonna do. If you hear, I'm not about to be carrying nothing extra heavy. Like, no, I can. I have the physical ability to do that. However, nah, I'm not doing it. Okay? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I have the physical ability to lift up to a certain amount, but I'm just not. You know what I mean? Now, I also agree with Brittany when it comes down to I am impatient as well, though. So sometimes when I'm asking you to do something, in my mind, I'm like, right now, bruh, just do it right now. It's gonna take you like 5-10 minutes.
Right.
Just do it right now. Like right now would be a great time for you to do that.
As soon as I ask.
like right now, yeah. Like literally, yeah, I know. But right now, okay.
You guys also have men in your
don't.
home though. I got a little girl. Who gonna do it for me?
Then
Me.
But Brittany, I didn't always, the only men that was in my home were my sons. So I wasn't always married. So what I'm saying to you is, yes, I did not. I'm lying. I did not. I was not changing a tire. I wasn't.
No.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know how to change a tire.
No, I don't know.
No.
Thank God. Thank God.
I don't know how to change a tire, but if I need to learn,
It's just certain. It's just like you say, just certain things that I just wasn't gonna do, and I was gonna pay somebody to do it for me. Help me out, please.
I had to like check my oil because one of my cars, the car, it just died because somebody
you checked the oil after it died.
So the people said that they had changed my oil, so I just believed them. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, they never changed my oil, and my car ended up dying. It was messed up. You get what I'm saying? So after that, obviously, I learned from that situation. Was like, ain't nobody else finna lie to me. I'm about to be able to check it at least. You get what I'm saying? To make sure that is something in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I can call somebody and ask them to help me, but if I don't know what's wrong, you get what I'm saying? I don't know what to ask for. You get what I'm saying? So, but anything that got to do with a car, I'd be like, nope. I will call every last male in my phone before I like, yeah, I need help. Or daddy, can I get a tow? Something along them lines. Now I got my own car insurance, so I'll be like, Sanat, thank you. But
I was asking the maintenance men at the jobs, like, hey, I need this picture hung up on my wall. You think you can come and hang this up? Like,
definitely,
really,
like
because definitely I go to hammer the wall, and the reason being is because I hammer the wall. I'm heavy-handed, and I didn't put a hole in the wall. I'm like, oh, I ain't doing that no more. Somebody else needs to do that kind of stuff. Like, no, I just ain't doing it. Like,
yeah, no, definitely. I definitely agree with that.
I think that to each his own.
I'm a dude. I own it.
I used to get that though, but I used to get that also to where people would say like I acted like a male, not necessarily in the fact of like everything that I would do, but more so in the heartless way. You know what I'm saying? Just in a way to where it was like if you not this person, you're completely disposable to me. You get what I'm saying? And I became that way because of experiences. You get what I'm saying? So I'm definitely not that way no more. But ultimately, like I was a little bit more like shielded with my emotions. That's what it was. I was a lot more shielded with my emotions. I would not show any type of emotion when I was besides when I was upset. You get what I'm saying? I would always have a facade of happiness, if that makes sense. Like I will always be joking. I will always be laughing or happy, quote unquote. But in reality, though, I was still experiencing some other situations, but I was just deflecting. So some people kind of identify that as a male trait, not necessarily that I was doing things that men do.
Men do be deflecting.
You know what I'm saying? So
where do you think that came from, though?
Me? that came from just childhood experiences, not being validated in the way that I felt in certain situations, to where I would no longer let you know that you're impacting me in that way. Right. And I would just deflect it. So that really took for God to change my stony heart. You get what I'm saying, and give me a heart of flesh. Because for real, like, bruh, and y'all know I'm still quite blunt, but I was like 10 times worse. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we know that.
You was worse.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I'm scared. Y'all is some y'all sisters is right. Like, wow.
Dang, you was worse than what you are now. My goodness.
So I mean, though, like, my mom used to be like, I don't even know why your friends is your friends, because if you was to talk to me like that, I don't know what we would be. No. But yeah, in regards to that, like, it's just certain things. I definitely agree. Like, I think that certain jobs and certain roles are gender specific. Okay. I don't think do not agree that there's a double standard in regards to saying that. You get what I'm saying? In certain situations, I think that saying that there's a double standard is conditional. Let's put it in, you know what I'm saying? Where, okay, if this happens or if that happens, double standard. However, not flat out double standard. That's how I feel about it. Like, yeah, and even with society, even too, with when it comes down to parenting and things like that, it's also a double standard when the law does get involved and the father is actually a better candidate for the child to live with. And then they say, oh no, a child needs to be with their mother. The mother's trash, bruh. Like, she's doing all of the absolute most trash stuff that anybody could do. However, you just automatically assume that the mother is the best fit for the child to be with. Unless it's proven, or I can show some type of documentation on multiple occasions where she's unfit. You get what I'm saying? So that's also a double standard. You get what I mean? So
the rules, the law is really that's a whole nother topic, because the laws are set up for
that's definitely
women. Yeah, the laws are set up for the women, not for the men at all. So
yeah, that reminds me of something that happened that I ain't gonna bring up. But like you said, that's for only because that is for a topic. I think we should definitely touch on that, and I don't really want to talk about it, but just something that happened in Ohio, in Cleveland. So I ain't gonna talk about it though.
But yeah, so definitely, like, you know, in different situations, it definitely is a double standard. Like, even I feel like sometimes we even treat like people way different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's just like something that's programmed, like how Nisha was saying, this how society is, to where even like a woman doing a certain thing is less offensive or less, like, you know, like intimidating sometimes than as if a man was doing the same thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I broke down right now and I needed a jump on my car, it is people that's more likely to stop for me. Like,
because you're a woman.
Yeah.
Right.
I need help.
Where you could be just as dangerous as a man.
And I could be just as dangerous, exactly. You don't know what I got in my car, you don't know what I got in my bag. You know what I'm saying? Anything could pop off. I could have my homeboy about to come around the corner, hop out and take your car. Anything could happen, you know what I'm saying? But if it's a male, he could have on his uniform, like, I'm on my way to work and yada, yada, yada. And 9 times out of 10, even myself, I ain't stopping. I ain't
Well, I
stopping.
ain't stopping for a man or a woman. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I ain't stopping for a man or a woman either, but I'm saying like I more specifically will not stop for a man unless it would have to be very far-fetched, like the Lord himself tells me like actually, you know what?
The Lord.
I need a
Yes.
job. Can you help me?
Like if I'm really feeling like really like, you know, generous that day, maybe. However, like I'm not doing it. So like for an example, I did stop one time for somebody, but I did not get out the car. I did not jump their car. I gave them battery pack. I said, all you have to do, they had jumper cables. All you have to do is plug it in. Did not turn my car off. Here you go. You get a jump. Bring me my thing back. Now, if you want some trash, I'm pressing the gas and I'm running you over. But
Gosh.
Or roll up like, hey, you need some help? I'm gonna call AAA for you.
right, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, you know what I mean? I'm not about to be like, well, because I ain't about to do it for myself. What you think I'm about to do it for you for? All right. But I'm just saying. Now, in regards to this church situation, the church.
And the potato.
Church. Now, I am absolutely not a fan, and she was quoting me. I am absolutely not a fan of the female pastor or bishop, and I definitely think in this situation as well, it is very conditional. Okay. Absolutely not on the bishop at all. No, 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 no. Actually, and then in the Bible, when Timothy talks about the bishop, he is talking about the office of a pastor, an elder, and a bishop, really. When he says that a bishop should be the husband of one wife. And this is where I get my understanding. This is where I get my revelation. You get what I'm saying? When it comes down to this role in the church. Now, the way, and this is not the Bible, this is my bishop, the bishop that or the church that I go to, the pastor, the leadership. He did break it down for me because me personally, I had to go study that thing. I had to figure out, I really did have to figure out like, well, what is my role in the church? I want to know what my role is as a woman in the church, because I do not want to, influence somebody incorrectly, or, it's several people that's looking up to you. It's people that's coming in, they growing. And as you grow, you learn, right? So for me, and with my understanding and my revelation, okay, is that leadership position is not for the woman, okay? And that God put mothers in the church to be the mothers. Okay, so even if you have a mother, these are spiritual mothers. These are the spiritual women leaders in the church. Okay, evangelists, prophets, women can prophesy. There were women prophets in the Bible as well. However, when it came down to the only woman that I seen leading a congregation from my own personal studies is Lydia, and she led a congregation of women. And to me, that is equivalent to a mother role. I do not believe that women can raise up these damaged men and show them how to, you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
I
they've
understand.
been damaged by the world. Okay, we can influence them. Okay, however, we cannot be the ultimate example for them in the world of how to be a male leader, a light, a covering for their family, and all of that. Now we can teach a woman how to cover her family, but it's a different, I feel. I ain't married though, y'all. So this ain't Bible, this ain't set in stone. But I feel as though it takes a man to sometimes pull out the man in that man. If that
I
makes
can agree
sense.
with that. I could definitely
It takes
agree
the
with
man to pull out the man in that man.
Mhm.
And so that is my standpoint on that one specifically. Now, I do believe that women can preach. I believe that women can be in some leadership position. However, I do not agree with the woman being the head.
Yeah.
It is out of, I believe, per the Bible, out of biblical order.
And I agree.
And that's what I said.
I disagree.
I agree. And just to touch on the mother raising the sons, I agree with that. And that's how come when we was talking about, me raising my sons and stuff, like I had to make sure that they had a male person, to talk to, because you could be a phenomenal mother, and when your son gets a certain age, you just I can't relate. I can't, tell you what the next step is. I can like you said, I can, suggest this and this, that, and the other, but that's just a hard thing to do. And when I was single raising them, that was a hard pill to swallow, because I was like, I could do it. I know my baby's gonna be this, that, and the other. And I was like, yeah, I could do it. And then it was like, girl, you can't even tie a tie. How you gonna, you falling out about time to time, like, just simple things like that. So I agree with that. And I with saying that, how is a woman pastor gonna be the leader, telling the whole congregation, being the shepherd? Like, she's leading the congregation. It's men in here, and so you're leading to, like you said, damaging. You're damaging these men, kind of, because, like, you're not leading correctly. It's not biblical, like you said. That's just, it went to what you said, Sierra. Like, it was no other way to put it. Like,
Oh, it's my turn.
All right. Yes.
look, we about to be fired. Let me pull out my whip.
You're getting rode up. Now, I do agree with what Tierra said about a man being able to bring out the man in a man. I totally understand that. I'm not retarded, guys. I get it. And also, I love Jesus in the Bible just as much as you guys. I am not as fluent in the Bible as you guys are. Still working on me. However, I love my female pastor. And
as you should.
I feel as if, and I'm just speaking for me, because it's her job to lead the congregation, not me. So
yeah.
For me, that woman, God uses that woman as the vessel to give me exactly what I need in the exact moment that I need it. So that works for me. I don't feel like it's a big deal that she's a woman and she's a pastor, but y'all already know how I feel about this, right? So, for me, I guess I'm not really looking at it as, as deep and as biblical as you guys are. For me, she gives me what I need. And I just, it's just straight surface there for me.
And
now,
so
I wasn't done.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I wasn't done, guys. You made me forget what I was gonna say. Dang, I forgot.
I'm sorry. We figured
But
it
you
out.
a, that's the she a female pastor giving you what you need, right?
Yeah, she is.
And
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 you're a
I love
woman.
I love your pastor. You know what I'm saying? I do.
You know,
She
Nisha, she
she
reminds me of me though, because she has that, she's that alpha female as well. And I think that
she
might be
is.
why I relate to her so much and why I love her so much as a pastor, because she does remind me of myself. Um,
I
but
can
like
see
I said,
that.
she can give me what I need. So
And you
Mhm.
a female.
I am a fan.
That is
Yep.
true.
I am a
So if we
female.
had
Thank you.
so if we had a male, if we had a brother that was on the show, is she going is her preaching, or however you put it, reaching him as well? Like, how is it guiding him?
Well, we
Like,
can ask.
what, because your view is, not to say your view don't count, because it does, but you a female. Like, of
Right.
course it's gonna like relate to you.
But does that mean that we should have two separate services, one for men and one for women?
Absolutely
No,
not.
I
Absolutely.
believe that God can use anybody.
Yeah.
He definitely
I
used.
believe that. I believe that. Um, and correct me if I'm wrong, if y'all know, but I believe that God used a liar in the Bible to lie because he knew that was in his character to lie. So he used him to lie in that situation because he knew that his followers who were truly dedicated to him would not lie. You get what I'm saying? Or were less likely to lie. Let's put it that way. He can use a drunk. He could use anybody, literally. He could use literally anybody. And this is where I be at. Okay. I want God to use me and for the benefit of his kingdom as well as for the benefit of myself. Okay. So I want him to use me because I'm in the line correctly, not because I'm in the line incorrectly. Use me and I still don't make it because I wasn't where I
Lined
should
up.
be. Lined up correctly. Exactly. So ultimately, and I'm not judging nobody, okay? However, ultimately, if he used her that way, perfectly fine. If she is fine with that and her connection with God is straight, then cool. You get what I'm saying? If you don't feel that God is speaking to you and telling you, okay, I've grown as much as I can here, because that's what Nisha's saying right there. Like, you can bring the men up to a certain point, okay? And then beyond that, where is it next to go? Because technically, and in the scripture that I was talking about before with Lydia, when Paul and Timothy came to the city, you get what I'm saying? Lydia was in a place to where she was saying, okay, now there are men here who are a little bit more equipped than I am.
Right.
So I'm going to step down and follow their lead.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So at
Right.
that point, and I don't know the situation at church, whatever, but if God brought somebody to walk alongside her or to help guide her in the regards to continue to oversee, but she still preaches, that's even another situation. You get what I'm saying?
Well, that's
or
her
if
husband.
there are male leadership in the church that are even equipped to lead, you get what I'm saying? Would she be willing to allow for them to? That's my thing. I often see to where the women who are pastors and this is just my own personal experience, they are usually dictators.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They
And they
are
not
less likely to
follow.
hear
Mm-hmm.
another opinion or another feeling or another, it's like, God told me, that's it. But the pastor also got some wise counselor, you know what I'm saying? And it's a mixture of people. It's not just women. It's not just men. It's called a ministerial staff that all, you get what I'm saying? They all have their input, and he doesn't dictate over one to another. You get what I'm saying? So that would be like something that I would be looking to identify in that church, because any type of dictatorship is feeling too much weird to me. Okay. Like, no. Sis, you is not about to just rule over my life now. But still, you know what I'm saying? But still saying like, okay, this was brought to my attention, and taking it well and addressing it and whatever the case may be. But like I said, in my experience, they've all been kind of, like I said, dictatorship around here.
Mm-hmm.
When it passed Pastor Sue, you know she ain't gonna like that. Don't
right.
vacuum in that direction. Don't let the lines go
that direction.
Not in that
Don't
direction.
like the lines to go that way. And
You
make
made
sure
me
all the
remember. You made me remember what I was gonna say. Finally, I was gonna say two things. The first thing was you kind of took the words out of my mouth. There is like a tag team situation going on, because her husband's a pastor as well, and he also preaches. And I like that, because sometimes, and I ain't gonna lie, sometimes he feeds me what I need too. And I'm sure he's doing it for the men as well. So I do like that. And I don't know if you've seen him preach, Nisha. I don't know if you ever been there when he get down, because he get down. But I think that it is a balance in the church, and that's just my opinion. I may be wrong,
that's
but
good.
I feel like there is a balance, and if people weren't getting fed, they probably would leave. Maybe, I don't know, but they still there. So that was the first thing I was gonna say. The second thing that I was gonna say was back to what you said about a man bringing out a man, or helping a young man grow. I just want to touch on that because that was a gem for me, because I often think about my future son, because he coming one of these days. And one of my prayers is, I want my future husband to be able to be that man in his life and really do the things that I can't do. I know who my future husband is. He doesn't know, but I'm going to tell him soon. But when we get to that point, though, yes, it is very, very important for a man to have a male figure in his life. And like you said, even older men, especially like somebody who didn't have their father as a child. Like, I feel like you're never too old to grow. You're never too old to be counseled. You're never too old to get the love that you did not have as a child. So I just want to throw that in there, y'all. I agree with y'all on that.
It's not just childhood, though.
Right, I was just like
discipleship.
Yeah.
It's discipleship.
It's discipleship.
Yes.
I like that. Elaborate. Go ahead.
It's the fact of having wise counsel. You get what I'm saying? I feel as though, like, even now, some situations my mom is in my life and we cool, but some things I just ain't talking to her about. But I still need somebody who is wise enough to not to tell me, don't go busting out no windows. You know what I'm saying? Not literally, but you get what I mean. Like, don't be doing all this, that, and the third. Or to quote that scripture to me that say, girl, you got this. Like, God made you beautiful and wonderfully made. You is not, you know what I'm saying? You ain't one of those. You want to hit.
One of those.
Know whose you is. And stop acting
Right.
like you don't know whose you are. You get what I'm saying? And really being able to connect to me on that personal level, and then also being able to see your lifestyle that you really actually trying to live, you know what I'm saying, a life that's upright and commendable by God, not trying to please the world, you know what I'm saying? Because we have so many different influences. It's important to have positive influences and people that's reassuring you that the way that you're going, it's gonna pay off after a while. You get what I'm saying? You ain't got to just settle for whatever they trying to get you out there. You know what I mean? So definitely something as well. And then even with Jesus, all them disciples was grown, but they ain't know the way. You know what I'm saying? They still didn't know. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nisha looked like she had something to say. Hey, Stinker Butt.
No, my baby sister hit it on every corner. So
Good.
she was good. She took the words right out of my mouth. Um, yeah, I don't have nothing to say.
Oh, well, I guess we done.
He is not. Do we have another double standard?
We hit sex, church. Did we do workplace? We didn't do
We
workplace.
kind of did workplace.
Okay. Well,
You know what?
I hope that.
Thing I want to say about the workplace though. Okay. I just want y'all to know. When I was working at that dealership and the dude that had the position that I had before me, the manager position, baby, he was on salary. Okay. Do you know I had to ask them for a raise? And when
Double
I did
standard.
ask them for a raise, you know what
Yeah.
he told me? He said, well, you already make the most out there anyway. I said, well, let me tell you this, baby.
Well, why are you lying?
I'm going to give you the amount of work that you pay me for. And until you give me more money, this is what you're going to get. So you know what I did? I went out in that garage and I sat down on my stool and I sat there my whole shift until the owner came to me and said, come to my office, let's discuss some money. I said, all
That's
right.
right. That's right.
Period.
And that's what you got to do sometimes, because it definitely is a double standard in the workplace. Men, I mean, it's out there all the time how men are getting paid more women, and the women is doing either more work
Or equal.
or equal the
Mhm.
exact amount of work. So you definitely have to call the shots. Like, call them to the carpet. Bring it,
I
boo.
thought they was
I
gonna
know I seen
do
a
mulatto. I thought he was gonna be like, this is your last day. Pack up your lighter. Give us all of our free stuff back. No longer employed.
I know I was watching an interview with Taraji P. Henson. I think I'm saying her first name right. And she was talking about that also, like in Hollywood as well. Like, so it's like from the janitor to the movie star, you know what I'm saying? It could be a possibility that does happen. You know, and then we have several people like in politics and where they're saying that the woman is making 70 cents to every dollar a man is making. So it's really belittling, you know what I'm saying? I feel as though it's very belittling, especially seeing how much that we can contribute, and how much we do bring the creativity, and it's just something about a woman's touch, you know what I'm saying, to certain things. And it's a certain touch, like, or feel that we bring to situations, you know what I'm saying, that's unmatched. Nobody else can bring it. And then especially, you know, I got to say a Black woman, you know what I mean, what we bring to situations and to environments is something that can't be bought, can't be trained, you know what I mean? And it's like it makes the value go up by 10 times, you know what I mean? So it's very like a slap in the face. I definitely like, bruh, like, you do not see how beneficial I am. And sometimes that does suck and it can be discouraging. So power to you, Brittany, for sitting down on that stool and
Like, I'm ready to taste
run me
it.
my cash.
Like, yeah.
And I sat there
Give me my
eating
coins.
egg roll, and we weren't even supposed to eat out there. I was like, I ate my egg roll. What you gonna do? I live down the street. I go home.
Oh wow, girl.
I used to say that, like, I just go. Like, y'all don't want me here. I will just go.
It was necessary though, because they were going to keep walking all over me. They were
That's what you got to do
if I allowed it.
Exactly, and you ain't supposed to be nobody's rug, baby.
And
Period.
I got my own parking space.
Period.
Boo. All right.
You got the Holy Ghost.
I hope we have engaged you in some sassy conversations, encouraged you to be your authentic self, and empowered you to the next level. Don't forget to follow us on SisterTalk with LTB on all social media. Like, comment, and subscribe. We out. Deuces.
Who's gonna be the blooper today?
Not me.
I ain't saying nothing.
Okay, then you real confident because I ain't saying
Right,
anything.
that's why I said I ain't saying nothing.
The lip gloss is popping.
Right, like what you doing after the show? Like,
Girl, try to take a nap. I've been trying to take a nap all day.
welcome back to Sister Talk with LTB and Little E. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. Once my let's start over because I messed up. I guess I'm the blooper. I could be the blooper. I'm cute today. I'm cute today. I could be the blue. Can I get it on
I'm
there?
cute today. I could be the blooper.
Yes.
Right. What?
Exactly.
What's wrong with what I said?
Well, I think that we're gonna go ahead and wrap it. Oh, did you have something else to say? I'm sorry.
Well, everybody, I hope that we have engaged you in some sassy conversation, encouraged you to be your authentic self, and empowered you to the next level. Deuces, we out of here.
No, we not.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
All right, well, I'm the blooper, and let me start over.
We got 2 bloopers.